Hello and welcome to Channel Sport this morning. It's great to have you join us again. I am Ty Salam.
Good to see you from wherever you're watching us. Thanks for joining us this lovely Tuesday. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Let's start you off with the news making the rounds from this part of the world. And it doesn't get bigger than what I'm about to say. Talking about Nigerian football on the domestic scene, Nigerian Professional Football League. And of course, everybody's been talking about these two guys in your picture. Canopilas captain Rabiu Ali and Sunshine Stars coach Kade Julius. The story is that after serving 6 out of the 12-match ban that Rabiu Ali has, his sentence has been commuted, and he has been turned to a suspended sentence. He's actually served 4. Therefore, Kade Julius, out of the 1-year ban that he has, he's done 7 months, and it's been reported that period that has been of good behavior, and that explains why this has happened. I know this will get a lot of people talking, and we're interested in getting your perspective on these issues. But to be fair, things like this have happened in the past, and we'll also tell you cases where things like this, the LMC has a prerogative of pardon, it must be said. So we'll tell you cases like this in times past where this has happened. But you can also tell us what you feel about the LMC pardoning these 2 individuals.
Very, very interesting indeed. When this news broke yesterday, trust me, there was a lot of reaction to it. A lot of people are not happy about it. Shola Rogers in particular wanted to take back the 70% mark that he gave the LMC and the MPFL for match day 5. Also on the show, of course, the UEFA Champions League is back. Jose Mourinho is back as well, too, in the dugout for Tottenham Hotspur. They were taking on Olympiacos today. He made his return to the dugout over the weekend in the English Premier League. It was a winning return. With Jose Mourinho mark his return to the UEFA Champions League with a win tonight? We'll find out later tonight.
All right, so let's leave that and go to the NBA and talk about this guy. A picture is worth more than 1,000 words, and that picture tells the story. 8 straight win for the Los Angeles Lakers, and the man instrumental to that win, the king himself, LeBron James, scoring 33 points in that one, as his team was able to defeat the struggling San Antonio Spurs in that game. It ended 114 to 104 in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers, and that makes it their 8th straight win in the NBA.
Fantastic. The rebirth of the Los Angeles Lakers, we're all witnessing it, and of course, instrumental to that is LeBron James. That's what we're starting off the show from. We're starting off, of course, with the NBA, talking about all the matches that were played, 11 of them, and we have about 8, 9 of the best results for you on the show today. Of course, our feature match is going to be that matchup between the Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. Ended 114 to 104 in favor of the LA Lakers. Like Yemi said, LeBron James was the star of the show, 33 points. We'll get back to him in a moment. Elsewhere, the Bucks defeated the Utah Jazz 122 to 118. Giannis Antetokounmpo scoring a season-high 50 points in that particular victory, and also grabbed 14 rebounds. Our 17th straight double-double for the Greek freak. No surprises there at all, you say. Giannis just doing freakish things. Also, in action yesterday, early this morning, the Raptors defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 101 to 96. Pascal Siakam scoring 25 points. Fred VanVleet adding 24 in that particular victory. And the most interesting part of this match was that Joel Embiid was held scoreless for the first time in his NBA career. How do you hold?
That's news.
How do you hold Joel Embiid scoreless in 32 minutes?
I don't get it. I don't get it. That must be some awesome defending.
Awesome defending, you'd say, and it's been a butt of jokes, of course, on social media. Elsewhere, the Celtics held on for a 1-point win over the Sacramento Kings, 103 to 102. That's how it ended. Jaylen Brown scoring 24 points. Jason Tatum, 20 points for Boston in that particular victory. despite a career high from Buddy Hield. The Cavaliers lost again. They've been losing a lot this season. They lost against the Brooklyn Nets 108-106. Spencer's doing this fadeaway jumper with 1.9 seconds remaining gave Brooklyn its fourth straight win. Fantastic for Brooklyn, playing without Kyrie Irving, but Spencer's coming and fielding nicely for Brooklyn, and was actually voted Eastern Conference Player of the Week. That's Spencer. Take it back wherever you are. The Heat and the Hornets faced off. It was Miami winning 117-100. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo scoring 21 points apiece for Miami in that particular victory. That means the Miami Heat are yet to lose a game at home this season. 7-0. So that's a fortress.
Is there any reason you talk about the Blazers and the Bulls?
Yeah,
I thought you were going to talk about Melo.
Yeah, of course we're gonna get there.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
I understand.
The Timberwolves and the Atlanta Hawks was Timberwolves winning 125-113. Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins helping the Timberwolves devour the Hawks in that particular game. The Warriors, yet another loss against the Thunder, this time around 100-97. OKC recording the first win on the road this season. For the Golden State Warriors, they've lost 3 in a row and 10 in 11 games. Injury plagued, you'd say. They featured only 8 players on the bench yesterday, in that lineup yesterday. And last but not the least, was the Blazers and the Chicago Bulls. Was Portland prevailing 117-94. Let's go to our feature match. The Lakers doing remarkable stuff against the San Antonio Spurs. It's the second win over San Antonio already this season. And
the Lakers are already looking like a well-oiled machine. That's what it's looking like now, making it look easy. The way the guys are connecting, the understanding between LeBron and AD, how they just gel flawlessly is what a lot of people
see Rajon Rondo in your shot there. Yeah, we had a very good game as well, too. 13 points. It was perfect from beyond the arc. You mentioned LeBron James already. Anthony Davis came to the party in this game as well. 17 points and 12 rebounds for the Lakers in his final game before returning to New Orleans on Wednesday. We're looking forward to that matchup between AD and his former club. For the LA Lakers, 15-2. That's the best start to the season since the 2008-2009 season. 15 wins, 2 losses. Those 2 losses coming against the Toronto Raptors and the LA Clippers.
And it must be said that they're genuine title contenders.
Of course,
at this point, you just have to put them in the mix. But we'll keep seeing. I mean, for you to continue to be in the conversation, this kind of performances have to go on, and that's my guy.
AD, right? And for San Antonio Spurs, they were led by LaMarcus Aldridge. 30 points for the Lakers. It's been a relatively easy schedule so far. It's going to get tougher in December when they get to play some really big teams. Denver, Dallas, Portland, Utah, Minnesota, Miami, Indiana, Milwaukee, and LA Clippers on Christmas Day. That's better for Carmelo Anthony. I'm chuffed for this guy. Like, 1 year away from the NBA.
I'm telling you.
In his very 4th game with the Portland Trail Blazers, it comes up with 25 points, 10 of 20 shooting. That's 50%. Carmelo Anthony. Oh, what more do you have to say now?
I don't know what to say.
I'm excited for him.
You're taking the wind out of my sails. I love this guy.
Wow.
I love comeback stories. That's what sports is all about.
Exactly.
People who you thought were down and out. And look at this jumper, for instance. I just more or less fade away from the guy trying to block the shot, and you just get in. And I like what he's been able to do. And like I told you the other time, I knew that it was coming. I knew that it was coming, and he was able to get it now in his 4th attempt.
Yeah.
You know, he's been able to get. I know he's going to help Portland. I don't know how far Portland can go, but definitely a good addition. Good addition
for the Portland Trail Blazers. For Carmelo Anthony, is now 18th on the all-time scoring list, 25,614 points. Wow, take a bow. All right, then let's move on to our top performers quickly, and let's talk about Buddy Hield. You saw his picture earlier. There was a career high 41 points for him for the Sacramento Kings, but it wasn't enough. Ended up on the losing side. The Greek Freak, 50 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 17 straight double-double for this season. They needed all those points and all those rebounds from Giannis because it was a very tough matchup for the Bucks against Utah. Of course, King James, 33 points, 3 rebounds, and 14 assists. Season 17, and this guy is still putting up all this kind of numbers. It's just remarkable, and you wonder why they call him the king. Unfortunately, for young star Trae Young, 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists on the night, but it wasn't good enough for Atlanta.
Against the Timberwolves.
Against the Timberwolves. They lost that one. All right, so that's it for the NBA. Exciting times. I mean, the season is still long, but we're already getting to that stage of the season where you know the contenders from the pretenders. And I can't wait for the playoffs to come around. Let's go from the basketball courts now to the volleyball courts.
Let's just do that. Let's give you something from back home. Let's just quickly tell you some results from the Nigeria Volleyball Premier League Match Day 3 results. Let's run through what we have for you. The men, Kano Pillars, we always told you that Kano Pillars is a complete sports club. Came up against UCM, and that's the score you have right there on your screen, 3-2 in favor of Kano Pillars. Score you have right there, and was close, 25-20, 26-28, 25-16, 15-25, 15-12. All turned out to be Kano Pillars Day. You also have Nigerian Police up against NSCDC. It was 3-2 in favor of Nigerian Police, with the scores 29-21, 25-16, 23-25, 25-23, 15-9 in favor of Nigerian Police. And of course, Nigeria Customs Service, 3-0 victory over Nigeria Immigration Service. Just straightforward as you get, 25-17, 28-26, 25-17 in favor of Nigeria Customs. That's
the Nigerian
volleyball.
All right,
and that takes us to
Rafael Nadal, world #1, French Open champion, US Open champion, Davis Cup champion, year-end world #1. As a matter of fact, yesterday, Rafael Nadal celebrated 200 weeks at world #1. Like I said, my own greatest of all time. That's
the oldest person to, I think, to be at #1 at this stage, Rafael Nadal.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a remarkable athlete, and that's why I choose him as the greatest of all time.
A lot of people come out for Ty on that one.
Of course, I'm here waiting.
Okay, let's go home now. Let's talk about Nigeria Professional Football League. We want to take some reactions from some matches that were played over the weekend. And game in question, MFM up against Abia Warriors in that one. Both coaches had things to say. Of course,
1-0 ended by the way. In favor of Abia Warriors.
And
that was the goal there. Only goal of the match.
Only goal of the game.
By MFM. MFM before this match were perfect on the road.
Yes.
2 wins on the road.
Out of 2.
But it's all over now.
Yeah. So cookie crumbled on that day. Let's listen to Emmanuel Dutch speaking about the victory, how happy he is for his team. Now we'll come back to also take the reactions of Tony Bolus, the MFM manager.
Not easy, you know, the journey too far to Aba, to Omoya, to Gombe. Very tiredness, we were very good. You know, we play match by match, match by match. You don't get special message. The special message is not the discipline, the pitch, and focus on what, and focus on the ball. No distraction. I think that's the only message you can find the player, because there's nothing in football that, if you talk about football will leave you on the main way. Now you have to respect the football as it's coming. That we are preparing against Rivers, but we'll see what will happen there again.
It's a good game. It's just football for you. At times you win, at times you lost. That's just football. Once in a while you don't get it right. At times you get it right. We're going forward. We'll still go back. We'll work on our lapses. We have a longer time to build the game, and we believe when we're coming out, we'll come out better. Every game, as far as football is concerned, you'll see 1 or 2 lapses. You must make correction as a coach. We'll just try and work hard and see what God is going to get for us.
welcome back.
The
I like the
workout.
MFM coach, very philosophical.
Yeah.
And he expects his team to improve. I mean, that's just it. I mean, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, it's not been a bad
Yeah.
start.
First loss, actually.
Yeah, first loss,
Two draws,
exactly.
two
But they've
wins.
not been able to win
At
in
home.
Lagos. So
Now that
that's-
everything has changed, maybe they'll start winning
now
at
they
home
have to get win. They have,
And
to
there's
get
also
win
the
at home.
little issue about will they go to their sleep?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
just a one-off? Some people are saying they're more comfortable at their Agege Stadium. I do not know.
Yeah, but
So-
even before they went to play at Teslim, they played one game.
They didn't win.
They didn't win it. So let's not try
And
to
make it a case of Teslim.
excuses for MFM. But it's not been a bad start. When the coach, the former coach,
Fidelis?
was leaving, and leaving with a few players as well. So people were worried, like, what's going to happen to this team now? They were decimated. But they've shown that they're good,
Yeah.
they're solid, and they're stable. And I think MFN will have a decent season and
All right.
probably end mid-table.
Okay. All right, we need to go on a break in just a bit. When we return, we want you to talk to us about the story making the rounds, the LMC, and of course the players whose ban have been suspended, and the coach as well. I want you to talk to us about it. You can use platforms to get across to us and let us know how you feel. So we've got that break now, and when we return, we'll go into the heart of the matter, talking about Nigeria Professional Football League.